For those of you listening on the pod,
welcome into our
in a dumpster.
Jacob, you got any other positions you want to hit, man?
I mean, yeah, that was 5, but
but I do have some other ones that I would like to talk about.
It's cool. We could keep going, man. This is the stuff you want to talk about right now for sure.
Well, we kind of gently went into the topic, but basically who's getting that last cornerback position between Melton, King, and Ballin. And I listened to Wes Hogkowitz and Mike Spofford today, and they were saying that it's Ballantine, that this whole time.
Really?
We've been saying Valentine and Ballantine, but apparently it's Ballantine. Now, I don't know if that's right, but Max Spofford, he stood on business. He said,
is it Valentine too?
No.
I know this. If Spofford's standing on business, I ain't going to question it. That man is an intimidating cat right there.
Valentine. Yeah. I like it.
He looks like the type of guy you think, what are you saying, Clay? He looks like a tough guy. No, he looks like the type of guy who just make a phone call and you disappear. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's if you would have asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would have thought, like much like Clayton had said, the Bo Melton thing, that's just a one last ditch effort to try to give him some dignity and just not cut him outright. I really am starting to think that Bo Melton is going to be an NFL cornerback and could possibly see some playing time. Again, that might be my most intriguing thing besides Katano Oladapo is to see if they throw Bo Melton out there, let him strap up. Even like, we talked about the elements maybe being a concern. All right, let's not play Valentine. Let's not play Nixon. Obviously, Hobbs isn't going to play. Let's throw Bo Melton out, CB1 against the Jets. Throw him on Garrett Wilson if they play him. It sounds like Fields is going to play, so I would assume they'd have Garrett out there. Put him out there. Let's see what happens, especially with some odd footing. You want to see how he reacts to that, some adversity. To me, I would love to see him make this team. What do you guys think? I really do think he has a chance.
You guys know this. It's probably going to be my worst take of the year. Was when they moved him to corner. I was the very first one that was like, boys, he's probably gone. Hey guy, this is your last shot to make the roster. And then he comes out in camp and just looks strong. Yep. And you guys don't forget, undrafted free agent, Tramon Williams, one of the all-time greats in Green Bay, in my opinion. I think that dude, I think there was a case to be made for Tramon to eventually be in the Packer Hall of Fame. I mean, he got a ring. He was dominant in that playoff run where he got the pick 6 in Atlanta where they end up winning the Super Bowl. Solid player. Another one, just like Bo Melton, Sam Shields, 4.3 40, receiver at Miami. They convert him over to safety or over to corner. So there's precedent. There's precedent for it, man. And it looks like the chat agrees. Like it feels like it, Jacob. He's a slam dunk. Bo Melton's gonna be a slam dunk for the roster if he stays healthy, of course.
And you add in the added special teams help that he does. Probably our best gunner, right?
That's exactly it. I was going to say that's the multi-tool special right there. The fact that he can play all three phases. He's on special team or defense that they're calling it. He's on defense, and he can go in and play receiver for a pinch. Shoot, I mean, even if they bring him in play corner this game, he might still get a couple reps at receiver just to make sure he's still got it and doesn't get rusty.
No, Travis Hunter, who?
Yeah, exactly.
Cheese curds and my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though.
I hope he makes the roster, man. Just telling you.
Absolutely. Yep.
His reaction to Emilio screaming at him at the Tennessee game when they were loading up on the bus and him going.
He literally turned all the way back around to point that one out. Yeah. I was hyped, Jacob. I was hyped.
That's awesome.
He's a good dude. All right. What else we got, Jacob?
Well, this was what I was supposed to do. One individual player. I only had one where I could narrow it down. Christian Welch. Is he going to make this team? Is there any snowball's chance in hell? Bauer, I think that if there's any type of injury, that's his green light. But the way things are now, barring injury, I just don't know how they slip him on for the second year in a row, even though I do believe he deserves a spot if the cards were stacked a little differently.
Yeah, Emilio, let's talk about it, man. Linebacker last year, we broke camp with 5. It was Quay, Isaiah McDuffie, Eric Wilson, Adrian Cooper, Tyron Hopper. Eric Wilson is now gone, right? So who's going to be that 5th backer? If we look at the roster here, Adrian Cooper, Tyron Hopper, Quay Walker, Isaiah McDuffie. I'm keeping Isaiah Simmons over Christian Welch. That's just me. And you keep in mind, too, with Isaiah Simmons, the reason he is so interesting, and it's not going to show here.
Round 1, pick 8.
Yep.
I was trying to find his special teams grade. It's not. Let's see if it's going to pull it up on a separate window. No, maybe not. I want to say his special teams grade was pretty good last year. Of course, they're going to give us all the same thing, just in a different format. I want to say he graded out in like the 80s special teams or something. So, yeah, it was pretty impressive. So if that's the case and he continues, I mean, you're talking about this special teams unit really, really improving. I know the question was about Christian Welch, but to me, the special teams value in Isaiah Simmons, what it comes down to, remember, run it through the filter of the 70-man roster. Which one makes it to the practice squad, Christian Welch or Isaiah Simmons? I think it'd be Christian Welch. That would make it to the practice squad.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys know I like Christian Welch. Isn't he a hometown guy too, like from Wisconsin, if I remember correctly? So that's a really, really cool story there as well. What do you think, Emilio? Would you keep Christian Welch or Isaiah Simmons?
I feel like it's got to be Isaiah Simmons. Though I'm excited to see Dumas Johnson, see what he can do out there. I do think that there's a little bit of a battle there in the linebacker spot that's not set in stone. You can still make, your name heard. And, Rich does like the special teamers of that linebacker kind of build. We need a little bit bigger than a cornerback or a safety. We need a couple of those guys that are going to stick their nose in it on the kickoff and, punt coverage, stuff like that. So I would say Isaiah Simmons at the moment, but I also am excited for JDJ to see what happens.
Man, I'll tell you what, though. United Bates, a.k.a. Jamie, coming in with the info here. He says that 88.2 PFF grade for special teams last year for Mr. Isaiah Simmons.
Heard that right there. Right here.
That he's on the team. Sign him right up.
Gotta be, yeah. So that's the route I would go. Now, would they try to make a case to carry 6 and 1 be Christian Welch? I just don't see that happening. I think they would rather carry an extra receiver or maybe an extra corner type thing.
And if you just take those top 5, Clay, how much speed is in that group of 5 players right there, speed-wise?
Yeah.
Linebacking crew.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about RAS is through the roof, man. Edgerrin Cooper, 9 in the 9s, right? I want to say Tyron Hopper, did he not run like a 4.40 or something crazy? Am I thinking right?
I'm pretty sure, Bates.
I'm pretty sure he's fast. I'm pretty sure I would say 4 out of the 5 are all 9 RAS is in there.
Yeah, Bates, get us his RAS, man, the 40-yard dash if you can. Jamie, look that up.
McDuffie might be the only one that's not a 9 or higher RAS.
Yeah, because I know Edgerrin Cooper 9+, Quay Walker 9+, Isaiah Simmons 9+. I mean it's wild, man, wild to think about. So, anything else on the linebacker room as we wait on Bates to come in with the 40-yard dash? 4.68. Okay, there you go.
That's not terrible, but I thought he was a little quicker for sure. But that's probably why he fell a little bit, because that is a little slow nowadays.
We had him significantly lower on our board than Goody did. Obviously, Goody had a 3rd-round grade on him. So
that's why.
Yep.
There we go.
Bates here. Packers have allegedly timed him closer to 4 or 5.
That's where I got
a little tight.
Tight. Yeah. Go ahead, Amelia. I'm sorry, man.
No, I was just going to say maybe he was a little tight for the pro day and the RAS and everything, but that's exactly where you must have got it from, Clay.
All right.
And Respect Orange just said he had a 7.42 RAS, so not anything crazy, but definitely
he would have got a point.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, let's do one more, man. So
this one we've kind of talked about recently, well, quite a bit. That final wide receiver spot between maybe Heath and Hardman. However, I put an asterisk and I put Wicks as well. Not that he's not going to make the team, not that he's, going to get cut, nothing like that. But apparently he's been kind of down in the dumps. I don't know if you've listened to a couple of people have actually said that at one point. I can't remember who it was. If it was Bo or one of the other players walked up to him, maybe it was Bird or something, and said, "Hey man, I need to see you smile." Like Romeo. That's what it was. And when Romeo Dobbs is telling you that you need to smile more, that means that you probably, maybe look a little gloom.
Need to smile more.
That perked up to me because I remember when Wicks first came out, and there was a lot of uneasiness with him. I'll never forget when he was walking off the sidelines after missing a play or whatever he did, and Aaron Jones literally grabbed his head and held his head up and like basically dusted him off and said, "Come on, man, like get back to work here." And I'm having a sneaking suspicion that guy maybe battles some interior mental stuff. Like, I'm not putting that on him. I'm just saying that maybe some confidence is more what I'm looking at right now. And now the fact that he's dealing with some injuries feels like he's behind the 8 ball. He's watching all his friends, his his teammates go out there and progressing each day in practice, now getting into the preseason games. I am worried about his confidence level and him not carrying that baggage into the regular season. Now, that being said, I think it does come down between Heath and Hardman, and that to me is got to be one of the hardest cuts to make because they're just so different from what they bring to the team, and they both are really good at different avenues. Obviously, with Hardman being kind of that home run hitter, special teams possibility there, big time moments, great camp, been a great locker room guy, great with the community. I think he's got 3 rings. He's won the Super Bowl on one of his plays, last minute type thing. And then you got Heath, who's just an absolute stud, blocking guy, hands, the possession type receiver, willing to do pretty much whatever Matt LaFleur has asked him to do. I just don't honestly know what I would do. I'm leaning more towards Hardman, and that breaks my heart because I'm such a big Malik Heath fan.
Yeah. And, it kind of goes back to the offensive line conversation we had where we're like, hey, you know what? Just carry 9 and stash 3 of those guys on the practice squad. If you do that, then you can break camp with 7 receivers as opposed to 6, right? Now, there's other positions you may want to do the same thing. So, that may X that out. But last year we did break camp with 6. So if you were to break with 6 this year, you're looking at Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavion Wicks, right? That's 4. Matthew Golden, Savion Williams. There's your 6. So your 7th, hands down, would be Malik Heath, in my opinion, right? So that's what it's going to come down to. And here's the other thing. Do any of these players start? We didn't say Christian Watson, right? So he's starting on PUP, right? Would one of these other guys potentially start on PUP? That's the question, too. And it kind of leads to what Packer Up says here in the chat. I don't want to take that off there. I'll leave yours up, Jacob. Packer Up in the chat. No, you're good. Leave it up. Don't lose it. He said, Savion good to go tomorrow night. Packer Up asked that. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, we found out, I was listening to Wildy and Tausch earlier today, and they said he played his entire senior year at TCU with a torn labrum.
Jeez.
Yeah, and that's why he came into camp with the shoulder harness and everything, and they went and had surgery. How tough of a SOB do you have to be to play all year long? I think that's what they said was labrum. You guys double check me on that, but I think they said torn labrum. That's insanity. And to see how physical he played. Remember the play where he was Wildcat quarterback? He literally rushed into a pile, spun out of it. There was dirt kicking everywhere, like dust and those pellets kicking everywhere. And Savion comes out of the pile, and there's just bodies laying everywhere. He had torn labrum doing that.
He's a mean runner. He is a mean runner with the football on his hands. And, I'm excited to see him get some touches on offense. Obviously, he was a little bit behind. I think Jordan was talking about, he missed OTAs, right, because of the injury. So him catching up in training camp, obviously a touch behind. But you got Matthew Golden there. You got another rookie that can help you. All these receivers are basically young guys that have come up and done it. And Mecole Hardman's been a savvy vet just to be there. My question is, even if we do bring in 7, who's the one that leaves when Christian Watson comes back? We're at some point going to have to thin this back down one more time. We're already having a problem cutting it to our numbers.
Right. That's a great point. Go ahead with that comment, Jacob. You pulled up there.
Yeah, Respect Orange just says Hardman's experience at the big game will help everyone else as well. I think that's a great point. We've been the youngest team now for multiple years in a row. Specifically, that wide receiver room has been very, very, very young, very unexperienced. But I would argue now that they're probably the most experienced youth group maybe in the whole NFL. I mean, they've actually seen, playoff games. We've seen some multiple, some of them have seen 13-win seasons. Some of them have seen what it takes to actually have to kind of bite some kneecaps, as Dan Campbell says, and really scrap at the end of the season to try to even make a playoff berth. So I think we got a lot of good experience, but having a guy like Mecole Hardman just dropped into that room with Super Bowl experience, winning Super Bowl experience, that is a whole different level of ball game there.
I agree, man. And again, you look at the PFF grades. I know you don't see any 80s here. You see a couple 70s. But look how steady it is, Emilio. 68, 69, 70, 68. Minimal snaps, grading out of 55. And then last year, minimal snaps, but grading out of 72. And again, like they said, the game-winning touchdown catch in the Super Bowl, like you can't put a price on that, man. And we're getting this guy for like the veteran minimum as well.
Right. Consistently better than average and consistent in his scores, which is just shows the fact that the dude is a pro, a vet, comes to work, just puts his head down, goes on the grind. The fact that he played quarterback, 1 snap, backfield 6, inline 1, slot. He's versatile. That was in 100 snaps last year. So I love that. That's an option that we can go to. I hope he kind of balls out. If he's going to be on this team, I'd love to see him kind of go off, get a little surge, get him back into the 70s, and see where he goes.
Yeah. Jordan Dixon Reed in the chat says, I'm excited to see Golden. What's your all's take on Golden? What would, again, Jacob, I'm going to put the coach's hat back on you. It's raining tomorrow, right? Steady rain throughout the day, throughout the game. How many snaps are you playing our boy Matthew Golden? How many series? Let's put it that way. How many series are you playing Matthew Golden?
Honestly, I would want him to play the exact amount of snaps that Jordan Love plays.
Treat him like a vet, baby.
I really do mean it. It just right now he's flashed too well. I do not want anything hindering his success, his progression. I've seen enough in practice and drills that I believe he's the real deal. Now I want to just keep him healthy so that we have him week 1. So whatever that means, if he's comfortable, if they're comfortable having Love out there, whatever the weather may be in the scenario, I feel like they should definitely be comfortable with Golden. But the second they pull Love, I want the Golden Boy to go with him too.
Yeah,
and this game specifically, right, Clay? Like we don't need to see all the vets and the the perceived first starters and all that. We don't need them for 100 reps this game. It would be the third game that we would kind of want to push them into maybe a quarter and a half, 2 quarters, something like that if they need those reps.
Yeah, Packer Up says 1 series or 8 to 10 plays max, and it would be different, right, Jacob? Like if he had struggled in camp, all right, we got to get him going. We got to get him acclimated. Yep. He's been freaking dominant. So let's just kind of, you're good, man. You're going to run with the ones. And the good thing about that is, you got to kind of be careful with that stuff, especially with the young players. Sometimes if you get someone who comes in and they're somewhat cocky, like think of like a DK Metcalf when he came in the league, right? Yeah. He was this dude that just kind of had this aura about him. Like, I'm just a guy. I'm the guy, right? Not that he's a bad player or a bad person. I'm not trying to say that, but think of that type of player coming in the league. You would almost you wouldn't want to ruin him from a standpoint of, okay, we're basically letting him know he's arrived already, but you've seen the way he's carried himself, man. Like he is just all about ball, all about work, all about doing things the right way. QB1 is just raving over him. Like this dude is polished, he's legit, he's works his ass off the whole 9 yards. It would be different if he's struggling in camp. The fact that he's played so well in camp, I say run him just like he's a 1 and sit him down would be the way I would go.
Yeah, the way I would argue it is that imagine last year and before preseason even started, we knew what we had in Edger and Cooper. I would not want him out there taking multiple, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want him playing a half in the preseason game. If we really saw the type of spark that we're like, hey man, this Edge Cooper guy is going to be an absolute stud, which I don't think, I don't know if anybody even on the podcast, I don't think we had that much hopes for him. And then it was about mid-season before everybody's like, holy crap. Like it went from kind of very quiet, not a lot of press, no like real acolytes to legitimately people saying this is a future Hall of Famer, which that was so quick. And I feel the same type of vibe towards Mr. Golden, and I don't want to screw that up in the preseason.
Right. You don't want to talk too much about it.
Yeah.
Anything else on Matthew Golden there, Emilio? Anything else you want to add, man? Or maybe another receiver that you kind of like, all right, we've seen enough. We don't really have to get him out. Because I worry a little bit about Jaden Reed. Like I don't want to overuse him in the preseason either. You know what I mean? Like let's approach it from this direction, Emilio. Of all these receivers, which 3 would you like to see get the most snaps where you can get a really good look at them, do you think? If everyone's healthy.
Yeah, I'd love to get a better look at Savion, but I don't know if I want him staying in the whole game. Let me see Isaiah out there just because we brought him in. Let me see Will Shepherd
Hicks.
And I think Hicks. I was going to say Cornelius Johnson, but I would say those 3 right now. If you want me to pick 3 that I want out earlier, it would be Jaden Reed, Romeo, and Matthew Golden.
Yeah, and we're just throwing Dontavion Wicks to the side, aren't we? Like,
and it's not.
Well, he's not going to play though, right?
I want to see some reps.
That's true. That's true. That's a great point, Jacob. Yeah. Go ahead, Emilio. What was you saying, man?
No, I was just saying I want to see some reps for Wicks. I want him to kind of knock off whatever that rust or whatever is kind of sitting on his shoulder right now. Just take a couple reps, take a couple hits, catch them, catch a couple crossers, whatever you need to do to make that happen. Because I want him going into the season feeling good, feeling like everyone's part of this team. They're all going to make a difference. But right now, I just don't want him to be, down or anything like that if he is.
Yeah. Hardy the Prophet with the super chat. Thank you so much, Hardy. He says, I told y'all star density equals competition plus competitive spirit. The competition is fierce, and Matt Golden's spirit is vicious, man. That's philosophical right there.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It is. Couldn't ever think of anything like that. You know what I'd say? That's the equivalent to that in my dumb language. I'd say I'm really excited about Matthew Golden. That's about all I got. So thank you for the super chat, Hardy. You're the man. What else we got, Jacob? You know what? We're already over the hour mark. Let's skip the chalk talk and let's just keep talking roster. Man, I think this is a good conversation to have on the eve of the first preseason game. You know what I mean?
I've got my final one, which was 9th. Camp battles / position battles. We did touch on this one as well earlier this week slightly, but I'm interested if anybody's opinion has changed. Stackhouse, Brinson, and Wooden. If you had to pick a guy that's off the ball, or if you could sneak 2 on, or which one of those guys do you think he could sneak on the practice squad, if any? Because I'd argue that Wooden's got too much film, Brinson's got too high a draft degree.
That's tough.
And Stackhouse has put too much hype into the preseason right now.
Let's start with what we broke camp with, all right?
Please.
We broke camp last year with 5. And keep in mind, injured reserve, designated return was Jonathan Ford. Not that it matters. I think he ended up getting poached anyway. So 5 is what we broke camp with. It was Kenny Clark, TJ Slayton, Devontae White, Carl Brooks, Kobe Wooden. Go ahead, Amelia. What are you thinking?
I wanted that information before I said anything because I could sound stupid. But so we got 5 going in. Let's see. He was a 4th round pick. That is true. I mean, that's premium. That's premium there.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I remember when we went through the previous draft picks, when we went through the past 4 years prior, how many people 3 years prior on that team are still, drafted are still on the team? It wasn't a lot. So I think this is. I honestly think the preseason is going to be if Wood makes a team or not. Like, he needs to show up. And I love the dude. He saved us. He blocked a field goal. I mean, he's done the things to keep us in the game. He's had meaningful reps. With the 5, you got Devontae, Carl, Kenny. Man, and I want to say Nazir and Brinson, but Nazir and Warren, but
think about this from other teams' perspective. All right, think about it from all the other 31 teams. We're all sitting here saying, including myself, man, Nazir Stackhouse is a lock. He's a lock. He's a lock. Yeah, just put Kobe Wooden on the practice squad. If we drafted him in the 4th round, let's say there were a half a dozen other teams that had a 5th round or higher grade on him, right? He's going to be more likely to get poached than someone who was undrafted in Nazir Stackhouse. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing that's changed is camp. And believe me, the other 31 teams, they're watching camp. They're getting the updates just like we are, and they may be like, man, it's Nazir Stackhouse. We kind of felt good about him, but we passed up on him in the draft. Let's go get him. That could happen. But if I had to bet the farm and saying which one would get poached first, Kobe Wooden or Nazir Stackhouse, I would probably have to say Kobe Wooden although I like Stackhouse better. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know, man. So Coach Len is saying he'd try to get Brinson on the practice squad. Wasn't Brinson a 5th rounder, or was he 6th?
6th, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, 6th rounder.
Okay. I mean,
200 selection.
And I believe, though, the other wrinkle in here wasn't the projection that Brinson would be the UDFA and that Stackhouse would actually have the higher draft grade, I believe, is what I thought that was a thing, unless I'm making that up. But
I would have thought that just without looking at the board, but let me go to the board real quick because, like I said, Stackhouse is one of those interesting takes where he was very much so a highly touted draft pick going into his last year in college, and for whatever reason, he sank out of sight.
167 is Stackhouse. East-West Shrine game with the cheese emoji.
What's Brinson?
Brinson was right below him at 178. East-West Shrine game, cheese emoji, heart eye emoji. So they're 10 points different. They're based
one tier apart.
Yeah, 1 tier apart.
Yeah, you were right, Jacob. So we had Stackhouse 1 tier higher. Like you said, 167.2 was the grade on him. Low number of wins, guys. Warren Brinson, 178.7.
And both of them ahead of Tonka, Hemingway, Thor Griffith, if we remember any of them when we were going through the draft
Love
talk.
Thor. Where'd Thor end up? I want to know. Let's get him over
Great
here.
question. I got to look that up myself.
Joey Slackman, Joseph Evans. I mean, there's a chunk of them that kind of went as well that were after these guys.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the weight on Wooden? Can you pull up his weight on that, Clay? Let me see if I can look it up.
I don't know how accurate it is, but on PFF they're saying 273.
That's the only thing that's steering me off of Colby. If he's not able to bulk up and get to that 300, I think that's where they might be looking at. Hey, we have, and the other thing is we lost TJ.
I was just gonna say somebody's got to be that TJ Slayton replacement, and I just don't see Wooden being that guy. I really do believe that would be the Mr. Stackhouse.
Jacob's walking in there like it's Arby's. We have the beef, you know what I mean? And that's what we need out there.
Jacob. Thor Griffith was undrafted, and he was signed by the Seahawks on July 29th. It's wild. And he was one of these guys that PFF just had him through the roof.
He graded amazingly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of where we had him on our board because I want to say he was quite a bit lower.
Thor Griffith.
No, he's right below Warren Brinson, 181.
So he's in. Gotcha. So just one tier below Warren Brinson. What is that? 3 points apart, less than 3 points apart.
Ooh, Bates is saying he was waived 2 days later on the 31st. Bring that man into camp.
Jacob said, "Boy, when I get Madden 26, first signing I'm making." Yeah, there you go.
How are you guys liking the new Madden? By the way, I haven't asked you,
bro.
Oh, that's what we should have had is pull up the Packers depth chart on Madden and see what the top 5 players are. And
I got something for y'all right here. We're gonna go off the rails. We got Tim. Any other positions you want to get on here, Jake?
That was my 5 that turned into 9. So I thought that was a pretty good discussion. Though.
You're good at math.
Yeah.
So, listen, I want to be very clear. Madden 26, I love it. I think it's solid, man. I think it's great. However, they did our boy dirty. All right, let's just pull it up here. Matthew Golden. All right. Now, listen, I understand you can't get everybody's face scan in. I got you, right? But this is ridiculous. Look, I put this tweet out. Matthew Golden in Madden 26. I need to speak to EA Sports' manager, please. So I put, look how they massacred my boy. So look at Matthew Golden. Now, look at this hairline. What the hell are we doing?
What is going on?
Does this guy not look like he lives under a bridge somewhere? Like, what are we?
That is rough, dude. That is so rough.
Chuck Jagger says Matthew Luther King Jr.
It's crazy, man. Like, this is insane, man. And listen, no Diddy. Matthew Golden.
He's a good-looking guy.
That's one of the most handsome guys you'll ever see in your life. And EA said, you know what? Yeah, that ain't good enough.
Oh, dude.
It's unbelievable. We got to save this. This is going to be a new screen grab.
Oh, man.
So we don't forget.
They did my man dirty. Absolutely.
Mark my words, when Tim jumps in here for the pregame tomorrow, he's going to go, hey, Clayton, what the hell is this picture? Why do we have this? He jumps on to me all the time because I got random stuff saved in here. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get that one stashed. So
walked into the barber shop and just said, mess my stuff up.
He said, say no more, fam.
Yeah.
So bad, man. So bad. Let's see here. I think we got it saved now. Yeah, we're good now. So, anyway.
Right, do you think this is a tough look, Clay? Coop is a 79 overall. It's crazy.
Listen, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Packers fan. I had a run-in with the ratings guy at EA several years ago. And I'm going to tell you why. He's a big Cowboys fan, okay? Big Cowboys fan. And they always had the Cowboys ratings through the roof, and the Cowboys always just choked their ass off, right? So I approached him and was just like, is somebody actually built a chart showing how much higher rated the Cowboys players are in conjunction with other players who were drafted higher? And I responded to him and said, how big of an ego do you have to convince yourself that you understand the value and the talent of NFL players more than the teams that draft them? Because in my opinion, yeah, teams miss. They miss. I get it. But to go in and go, no, they got that one wrong. This guy's way better than that. What kind of egomaniac do you have to be? And he said his response was, well, GMs get it wrong all the time. We stand by our work. So I did a little background check. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, what makes him so qualified to do the ratings? The dude was a valet. He parked cars at a hotel for a living and was working for EA, literally building the ratings. It was just like, and then it was shortly after that they got Chad Ochocinco involved. And I'm not saying I sparked that. I know I didn't, but you could tell everybody was, literally going at this guy so hard. Well, guess what happened? They went out, well, we better get a former player to come in and help us with this, right? So, as if Chad Ochocinco understands what.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody on the Packers is deserving of the 99 club at this moment, Clay, and Jacob?
On the Packers, no, not at all.
Okay. That's fair.
And here's the thing about the Edgerrin Cooper talk. Let's go back to the hairline. I like it. So with the Edgerrin Cooper talk, is 79 low? I want to say as a Packer fan, but also keep in mind it was 1 year. He played 1 year. Guys, there's a chance. I know people are going to get mad at me, but this is just how I think. There's a chance he takes a huge step back. What he did last year was damn near historic. Like, to think it's one of two things. He's either going to be an all-time great or that was just a flash that, hey, he's never going to be able to live up to that again. It's not going to be anything in between, in my opinion. He's going to meet that and exceed it, or he's going to take a step back and it still could be a good player. So 1 year in the league, what do you think the rating should be if 79 is too low? Like the number I'm coming up with is like maybe an 83, something like that, right? Boom, J. Cole, 82. I would be okay with that. That feels a little more like what I would give him if I were doing the ratings. But 79 is now if he came in at like a 74 or 75. Let me give you another example. Aaron Banks. They got Aaron Banks at a 75. So Goody going out and paying him all that money. Think of how good Goody has been at identifying offensive linemen. Think about this for a second. Zach Tom in the 4th round, right? Stud. Think about what the Packers have done in the past 4th round, David Bakhtiari, right? Elton Jenkins in the 2nd round, if I remember correctly. Been just a pro's pro, right? So Goody goes out. Now think of how good Goody's been in free agency, not just offensive line, but just think in general, right? Xavier McKinney, home run. Josh Jacobs, home run. Zadarius Smith, home run. Preston Smith, home run. Adrian Amos at the time for 2 or 3 years, home run. So the Packers go out and go, Aaron Banks is worth big money. Let's go give him the money. And EA has got this ego like, oh, he's only a 75.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get on board with that.
So, Jacob, let me ask you this. How many players do you think are deserving of being like over a 90 overall on the Packers?
No. Honestly, X and maybe Jacobs. So I'd say 2.
And I know you didn't look at the ratings because I know you don't even really work the old Xbox like that. Yeah, you were spot on. X is 93 overall. Josh Jacobs is a 90 overall. That's it that we have over 90s. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
I mean, besides
what's our highest receiver ranking?
Our highest receiver is Jaden Reed at an 81.
Oof. Okay. I mean, I think honestly that's fair too. Cody McDougal's asking. Tom should be up there. Where's Tom at?
Our boy Zach Tom is an 87 overall, right behind Elton Jenkins at an 87.
I'll take that.
To me, I think Elton is a little overrated. I think Edgerrin Cooper's a little underrated. I think Zach Tom is underrated. I would have Zach Tom at about a 90, and I would have Elton Jenkins at like an 83.
Right. Jacob, what is Jordan Love's overall? Give me
it's really good.
What do I want it to be, or what I think it really is?
What do you think it is?
78.
Ooh, wow, you got no love for the man.
Dang.
What is it?
83.
Okay.
Sit your butt outside.
The
rest of the team after that, if we go, okay, we said Tom and Elton. After that, 83 is Jordan Love. Kenny Clark, 83. Rashawn is an 82. Jaden Reed, 81. Hobbs, 81. Rasheed Walker, 80. Then you got Coop at 79. Quay at 79. Romes at 79. Tucker Kraft at 79. Christian Watson at 78. McMoney is 77.
Oh, what?
Keyshawn 76. Matthew Golden's already a 76. Aaron Banks 75. Devontae Wyatt 75. Wick 75. Bull 75.
So to me, the most overrated number there is Kenny Clark at, what does he say, 83?
83.
That to me don't jive.
But I also think the name carries a lot, right? And Madden, the name gives you a couple points for sure. It really does.
I felt like Rashawn Gary needed to be an 85, somewhere around that range.
That sounds
when
better.
the other NFL players rank him 68, was it 68? Am I thinking right? Yeah, 68th best player in the league. I think it was. I think it's 68. It might have been 80 actually. Regardless, he's in the top 100, and you got other guys that didn't sniff the top 100 according to the players.
Right.
And they're ranked significantly higher than Gary. That's just really odd to me. Evan Williams, we're getting requests now.
Chat is asking what Evan Williams is ranked.
Gotcha.
This is going to hurt you right here, boys. This is going to hurt you.
It's tough. Evan Williams is a 73. Carrington's a 74. Daniel Whelan's a 74. Isaiah Simmons is a 74. LVN is a 74.
Oof, that's tough.
Most of the team.
Wait a minute. Brenton Cox Jr.
Oh, it's going to hurt you bad. It's going to cut you.
Let me get all the way down to the bottom here.
No, they got no love for Cox.
66.
Oh, that's dirt. That's dirt.
You know who's ahead of him? Katano Ladapo, 67. Colby Ward.
Who? All right, hold on. Here's the big question. Oh, no, not him.
Travis Glover.
Oh, boy. They were actually worried about putting him on there, so we just had to be careful. He's actually holding up the bottom here at 64. Not the worst, though. You got John Fitzpatrick, 63. Welch, 63. Telfert's a 61. So obviously Glover would have made the roster. Duh. Telfert's a 61. But Sean Clifford.
Don't say it, Amelia. I want to get Jacob's guess. What do you think Sean Clifford is?
59.
Oh, too much love, Jacob. 57.
Oh, Lord.
57.
Come on.
They gave him 84 speed, though. They said that guy can
run. Scoot.
He got the same speed as Jordan.
Now think about this. Brandon McManus, right? Strong leg kicker. You guys remember that's kind of what he was known for. Last year, if you did a minimal snap count or a minimal kick count, he had the best field goal percentage in the entire league, right? Guess what his rating was?
75.
77. That pissed me off. I'm like, how is he not above an 80, 85-ish? Am I wrong, Emilio?
Yeah, no, I thought so. I mean, you can't break 80 for my man. He came in and missed one kick all season, basically.
Yeah. Daniel Whelan, 74.
They stand with their numbers, though, Clay. They stand on them. They do have Matt Orzage in here as a long snapper, which is pretty impressive.
It is cool, man. Yeah.
He's a 61 overall, though.
Chuck was just asking.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right.
61 as well. So, and they don't have Nazir Stackhouse in the game yet. So,
gotcha. Get on that, Madden.
I think we've covered it all, boys. I think we did good tonight. Right?
I think so too.
Got us a new screen grab. Bang, we're ready to roll.
That's actually right. Okay, Jacob. One last one, Jacob. What's Malik's overall?
Oh, that's gonna hurt me too, probably, huh? So you didn't list him. What do they got him at, like a 63 or something like that? 65. But his speed, 90. Read options all day long. Really? Would you want him to have 95? No, I mean, I guess I thought even 90 was pretty considerate. That is good speed. I mean, they're saying he's faster than Kalen King, same speed as Emmanuel Wilson. So I think that's pretty fair.
So, Matthew Golden runs a 4.240, right? What do you think his speed is, Jacob? I mean, it would have to be a 99, right? 98? Lower. 95? Lower. You kidding me? See, this is bullshit. Yeah. Oh! I said spit. I said bull spit. I was about to do it, man.
Sit your butt outside.
That's ridiculous. Like, how do they even...
And every year, watch this, the last 2 years, you can go pull any trailers, any TV spots for the advertising of the Madden game. Every time the Packers are on the ad, the commercial, getting cooked, getting scored on, somebody breaking a tackle. Yeah, the Bears are sacking Jordan Love like they know how to pass rush or anything. Like, no, come on. A-Fam says Sean Clifford Rankin might start a civil war. He should at least be 65%. 65%. That's what you know what I'm saying? Just about to hit that. All right. This show sucks. Yeah. So let's get out of here. Anything else, boys? Christian Watson's speed is a 96.
Get up and go, man.
Hey, that'll work at least.
And it surprised me. One that did surprise me, Jaden Reed, they had it a 94 speed.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was impressive. And I think they've got Malik Willis a speed at a 91, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. That's it, guys. We're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. What time's kickoff, guys? 7 Central, am I thinking right?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go live around 6 p.m. Central tomorrow for a pregame show. We'll take you guys all the way up to kickoff, and then immediately following the game, we'll jump back in here for a postgame show. We'll stay up way later than we should for a preseason game. But, hey, it's football season, baby. That's what we do. Benny Day, appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for swinging through, man. You guys are awesome. I want to give a special shout-out to the Super Chats as well. Clint, the armchair quarterback with the 20 spot. Hardy with the 5. Thank y'all so much, man. We really,
I just wanted to hit that, Clay. We didn't hit it earlier. But Darren John said, this season upon us. You guys have made this offseason fly by. I love this show. Thanks for all you do, boys. Go, Peck, go.
You guys have made it fly by. I'm telling you, man. You always think us, and you know, it's like, oh, well, they got to say it back. No, I'm serious. Like, knowing that we're going to have the crowd in here every single episode that we do, it makes me want to do the show just to get in here and talk football with you guys and pass the time by on the off season as well. So, want to make the announcement. The Wix card is going to go to Dave Colvin. We never heard from Jacob Clay, I don't believe. Donovan Schilling, we never heard from.
Neither of you texted each other saying that
was it you, Jacob? Was it you or no?
No.
Okay. I don't know if I believe you. Rich Beck is getting the autographed Luke Musgrave card. And then tomorrow for the post-game show, we're going to be giving away an autographed Luke Musgrave card, okay? If you're going, hey, man, I'd like to get a chance to win that. One of two ways you can do it. The one I recommend is be a part of our Patreon community, patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. There's a $3 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier. They all get you the same thing. So the $3 tier gets you entered into the giveaways, get you access to the extra content, the chats, all that stuff. If you want to be generous and do do one of the higher ones, that's totally cool. Best promotion ever here. If put it back up there, Emilio. When you guys join the Patreon group, and that little, do you think that $3 is just nothing? It prevents me from having my hair lined up like that. So just know that. Now, if you're not familiar with Patreon, you're like, man, I'm just on YouTube. There's a join tab there. If you click that join, I think it's around the same amount, $2 or $3. That gets you entered into the giveaways as well. So we're going to take everybody who's a member on YouTube or the Patreon group and the Patreon group, put everybody on the Larry McCarron pinky wheel, spin it, and we're going to give away the autograph Lucas Van Ness card tomorrow. Lucas Van Ness autograph card. And I'm telling you, boys, I think Lucas Van Ness is about to blow up this year. So. Anything else? Good.
Let me see that picture one more time, Amelia.
I got you.
It looks like his barber is going through the withdrawals. You know what I mean? He had a little shaky.
Dude, one time I went and get a haircut. My barber broke his wrist. He gave me the one all over, man. He messed me up bad. He messed me up real bad.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
All right. There you go. We just lost 3 subs.
Oh, for sure. Sorry about that.
For sure.
Appreciate everybody. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, for a PTA Live pregame show. Appreciate you, iRock. Good to see you in here. Put iRock's picture back up there. Put iRock back up there one more time. I would kill to have hair like this, dude. Look at my guy. Put it back up there, man. Put that chat back up there. We'll get to Brent.
Which one? Which one?
Oh, I got you.
iRock, look at that. You kidding me? Look at them locks right there, bro.
I can't see.
Ladies, man. You kidding me? Got them lined up around the block. I guarantee it. Appreciate you, iRock. You're the man. Brent in Indiana with the super chat with the thumbs up. Appreciate you, Brent. I know you've been here from the beginning, man. You're awesome. So,
actually, AFAM, they're Felcos, but yeah, I do.
All right, that's enough of this. We're out here. Appreciate y'all. Bye.
There we go.
Bye, guys.